Well, hello everyone. This is Lawrence making an infrequent video because I haven't been putting much content to my YouTube channel. I've just been so busy, and I was gonna make a couple of videos the other week, but I came down with a virus, um, a flu. So took me a number of days to a good week to recover from that. And when you get sick like that, you lose all your ambition, and you just get really lazy, and you just don't have the energy. But I'm back. Okay. I'm gonna make some more videos to show off more recent thrift stores compact disc music finds. I got a backlog of everything you can imagine: pop, jazz, soul, classical, whatever. Okay. Um, Today, I'm going to show. This was supposed to be an album opening video, and dummy me, I did the entire video, but I got the name of the album wrong, and I'll go into that in a minute. Um, for my birthday, and this is what my sister and I do for our birthdays. When we have a birthday coming, um, we take each other out for lunch and get them a nice present, because whenever I see my sister, it's usually with family and all that. But we did take your sibling out for a birthday. That way we get a just chance to talk one on one. We've been doing that for 8 years. And we went to a nice seafood restaurant, and my sister got me a couple of nice gifts. And um, two 180-gram vinyl. Okay. And I've already opened this because like I said, I did the video and I realized I mispronounced the title of the album. I was calling it Dark Star, but in reality, it is David Bowie's last studio album entitled Black Star. So I said, "Oh, I can't put that out there." Maybe if I just said it once or twice, mistake, but I was saying it through the whole video. So I already went ahead and opened up the shrink wrap, which is right here, and you can see the sticker, the promotional sticker there, and it still has the receipt. So since I'm a completist, this will be folded up and inserted into the um, inner sleeve of the album. So we'll put this up, and the album itself will go into a protective sleeve, so I keep this pristine looking new. Um, my 180-gram vinyl, which I got maybe about 75 now. I always put them in a album sleeve, and when I have a special place for them on the rack, and I don't, you know shove them in there real tight. Yeah, I let the spine breathe. Okay, and so the idea is to keep them in pristine condition. Um, let's talk about this album a little bit. David Bowie um, was pretty active up through the 90s, but about 97, he released his last album and went into, I hate to say retirement, but a long period of inactivity for about 10 years because he wanted to just take a break from it all. He just got married and had a daughter. And I guess he said, "Oh, I've done it all. I've done it all. I want to just take some time off and be with my family and just have a bit of a personal life." Um, but Bowie did reemerge, I think, at 2014 with he went back in the studio to cut another album, which was done under very secretive circumstances. I think the musicians who worked with him had to sign a clause that said they're not to talk about, even acknowledge they're working with Bowie. And he released this album the next day, which is kind of weird because it's like they put a sticky over the artwork of Heroes. Low, no, Heroes, I meant to say. See, I get the titles wrong. And so I don't know quite what that about, canceling out the past album. This is now, but I absolutely adore this album. Bowie sounded fresh. It was kind of reminiscent of past work, this album, okay? And it had great songs like Valentine's Day, and I have to look at the titles to read more of them off. But Bowie was tan, rested, and ready. He sounded great vocally. The songs were great. The musicianship was great. And then he worked on another album and got it out. And it's called, of course, I get the title right, Black Star. I got the Wikipedia information pulled up about Black Star, so I'll just read a little bit of it. Okay, it's the 16th album and final studio album by English musician David Bowie. It was recorded worldwide. I mean, it was released worldwide January 8th, 2016, coinciding with Bowie's 69th birthday. And the album primarily recorded in secret between, the studios and the list of players. He recorded with a lot of jazz musicians, which I'm not going to list. They had more of a jazz feel, and it kind of indicated where Bowie was heading. I mean, he released the next day, which is pretty much a signature traditional Bowie sound, but this was a different. It was more moody, a lot of synthesizers, percussions. It wasn't as guitar driven, and unfortunately, Bowie passed away shortly after this album was released. He was diagnosed with cancer. So I guess he got the news while he was working on this album, and it turned into be his final swan song. Okay. It was very critically acclaimed. It went to #1 on Billboard album chart, although Bowie had was very successful with his albums on the chart. He never had a #1 album until Black Star, and it went to #1 for 1 week, and I've only listened to it a couple of times, and I'm glad I got it on 180 gram vinyl. Very nice present for my sister, and so I'm going to get reacquainted with it. But since this is supposed to be an opening, let's see what we have inside. It's a star, cutout star right here. And Stone Temple Pilots put out an album with a star, and Ringo, his 45 singles had a star, okay, with Ringo attached to the star, and the album is encased in this transparent, thick plastic covering, okay, very thick. And I will probably put it into a very nice protective inner sleeve, because I don't want to be pulling this in and out of the plastic. Although if I open it like that and pull it out, and we got the album right here. It's a single album. Um, Only on one side is there information, and it's very sketchy. Side one, and then side two. And it doesn't contain the album tracks. It just contains the coding right there, right there. So you could call this Bowie's Black Album, and it has one, two, three, four, five, six, seven tracks. Okay, and they're kind of long. Okay, it's on Columbia, uh, ISO Records, blah blah blah. Okay, so let's put this down and let's look at the gatefold. There's the like a shot of what the Hubble telescope taken, and a picture of Bowie who looks very distressed in the clouds there. And then we got a booklet. Pull that out, and this is interesting because the information on the booklet in the back is camouflaged with black. So you have to hold this up to a certain lighting to read it. It's like coded. This is very interesting. I haven't sat down, put the light on, and read it. Side one. It was a pity that she was I'm not going to say that word. By the way, this is the first Bowie album that contained a parental warning. Okay, so Bowie uses some adult language. Lazarus and Side 2, Sue are in a season of crime. Girl Love Me, Dollar Days, I Can't Give Everything Away. Okay. So there's about 7 tracks, and the booklet is pretty much in this black code. There's Bowie in his video, and he did that really weird, kind of disturbing video of him kind of documenting his death. He was like taking his death and turning it into art. So Bowie was working up to the last minute, and the booklet looks to be about 8 pages of black until you really put the light onto it, and it reveals what's actually on there. And there's some pictures of Bowie as well, right there. So, that's the opening of the album. And let me just read one other thing, and we'll close this. I got off mark here. Okay, Black Star. Very kind of music is very kind of jazzy. Not a lot of guitars that are used. Okay, 2 days after its release, David Bowie died of liver cancer. His illness had not been revealed to the public until then. The producer, Visconti, who's a famous producer, worked with Bowie a lot. described the album as attended Bowie's swan song and a parting gift for his fans before his death. Upon the release, the album it was met with critical acclaim and commercial success, topping the charts on in a number of countries in the wake of Bowie's death, becoming Bowie's only um, album to top U.S. Billboard 200. Okay. It was the fifth best-selling album of the year worldwide. It has been certified gold, platinum in the U.S. Okay. At the 59th Grammy Award, the album won award for Best Alternative Music, Best Engineered Album, Non-Classical, Best Recording Package with the title track, winning for Best Rock Performance and Best Rock Song. So it did, you could say Bowie went out riding high into the sunset. One other thing, artwork and packaging. The artwork for Black Star was designed by Jonathan Bournbrook, who filled the same role on Heather, his album Heather Reality, and the next day. The cover is an image credited to NASA in the CD book. The 5-star segment below the main star from the word Bowie in stellar letters. Okay, so that's pretty cool information. And just to conclude, I'm a huge Bowie fan, but I didn't become a fan until the Diamond Dogs, Young Americans, and Station to Station albums and albums after that. I kind of missed the boat on Ziggy Stardust. I had to backlog on his previous albums later. And I've always liked Bowie's music. I find it to be very interesting, innovative. I think he had a great, fascinating voice. And very sad to see him gone because I like what he did. He was, he had the 10 years, the family life, and all that. And he wanted to be creative to work again, but he didn't want to go on some big world tour and make a lot of money. I think he was going to be like a studio artist instead of just going out and performing all his old hits and raking in the money that way. He didn't need the money anymore. He sold his catalog for one of the first rock stars to sell his catalog for a good amount of money. So uh, it would have been interesting to see what he would have done artistically, visually. Uh, but it's sad he was taken from us. I wish more veteran artists would take this path instead of just going out on these big tours, and that's why I don't see them, because I don't want to go there to hear songs I've been hearing all my life live and pay a big amount. Do something artistic and put it on an album, and I'll pay the $26 to hear the album, to hear the new artistical expression. Okay. Um, so I'm happy to have this as a gift. And also, my generous sister got me this album. It's a guitarist whose music I haven't really connected with. And she said it's all right if I want to bring this back to Barnes and Nobles for something else. And I know he's a much Joe Bossa Nova. If I pronounce Bossa Nova, I'm probably pronouncing it wrong. This is his latest album. I haven't opened it yet. I will probably bring it back and get something that I like. I sampled it on Amazon and Spotify. And while he's a great guitarist, artist, um, I don't know. It's just not for me. So um, I will probably bring this back and exchange it for something else. So thank you for letting me share that with you. I've gone 20 minutes now. I'm feeling much better. Please leave a comment. If you've heard the Black Star album, not Dark Star, leave a comment. Let me know your impression. Like I said, I've only heard it twice, and it will take some listening to. But Bowie's was always challenging his music, so I'm looking forward to hearing it again. Um, Thank you for watching, and please consider joining my channel or tell friends. I'm going to put some more content on tomorrow. I'm feeling much better, much stronger. You can see I got Elton, Joni Mitchell, and the Beatles behind me. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.